Hello and welcome to Melomaniax, the podcast where we take unbiased deep dives into the biggest musicians and bands of all time. I'm Ashton.
And I'm Dallas. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and I'll let Ashton get to that in a second. But first, please don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on our socials. We're on Instagram and TikTok, and hit us with those 5-star reviews wherever you're listening to this podcast. It's going to help us just, keep the show growing so we can keep bringing the content we want to bring to you guys. And we also have launched a Patreon. It's officially live. We offer a $5 per month tier. It's going to give you access to our private Discord where you can have conversations much like the one we're going to have today, as well as a shout out on one of our episodes and the ability to vote on future episode topics. What do you want to hear? Let us know. We'll figure it out. All right, Ashton, what's the topic today?
So today we recently were on an episode talking and noticed the Rolling Stone top 500 songs and albums. But today specifically, we're going to talk about the top 500 songs from Rolling Stone. And we have not looked at the list yet. We've seen number 500, obviously, because that's what we have it pulled up to. But we have not scrolled ahead and looked ahead, so we're going to be discovering this along with you guys, and just kind of as we go along, we'll make comments about songs and artists. There's going to be plenty of stuff we recognize and also plenty of stuff we don't recognize. So if we don't recognize it, we'll probably read it out loud and skip on through, just because it's going to be a long one. We have 500 songs to get through today, so I'm excited for it.
That's true. And
do we have any guesses?
I'm super excited for it.
Do we have any guesses for some top fives?
I was just going to say, what's number one? It's got to be Bohemian Rhapsody's in the top 5 for sure.
Bohemian Rhapsody. I feel like Stairway to Heaven appears.
Stairway to Heaven's got to be up there. Yeah.
Lot.
It's going to be a Beatles song. Number one is going to be some sort of Beatles song or something.
What is the biggest Beatles song?
It's also worth noting, though, how subjective this is.
Yeah.
And, well, within reason. I mean, you could just be like, okay, well, this song sold the most, this song sold the second most. I don't think that's what's going on here. This is a lot more subjective. So we're gonna dive in, and like Ashton said, we have 500 to get through. I don't know if we'll get through all of them today. It depends on how much we kind of pontificate around them. But this might end up being a 2-parter. 500 is a lot, so bear with us as we get through it. So the information we're going to be kind of highlighting here is the numbers. So 500 in this case. The artist, Harry Styles. The song, As It Was. We could even talk about the year, 2022, and it lists the writers as well, which is really helpful. So I don't know that we'll draw too much attention to this. Harry Styles is credited as a writer on this one. But that's the main information I'm looking at. So artist, title, year, writers, and ranking. We're not going to be going too much deeper than that unless we feel the need to.
Yeah, they all have a little paragraph with them. But,
yeah, they all have like a paragraph.
That would take so much time. So we're kind of going to go through here. Have you heard the Harry Styles song, As It Was?
I am absolutely positive I have heard it. I cannot think of it off the top of my head.
I think I'm in that same boat with you. I'm more recently discovering Harry Styles music, so I'm sure I've heard it, just can't place it yet. And then we'll move to 4
You ready to start? You ready to start rolling?
We'll start rolling. 499, Townes Van Zandt.
Townes Van Zandt.
Poncho and Lefty, I believe.
1972.
I don't know. This is a 1972. I'm not very familiar with it.
I know the artist, but I don't know that song.
It looks like it looks like it has some association with Willie Nelson and someone else. So it sounds like it's a country song. 498.
Yeah, they are kind of country rootsy. How about you and I just to smooth it up, we'll just alternate.
Yeah, sounds good.
So you did 499. I'll do 498. That's Lizzo, Truth Hurts. I do know this one. I've actually performed this one. That was 2017. I don't know her actual real name. Do you know Lizzo's real name? Can we take a quick sidetrack?
Not at the top of my head. I feel like I saw it somewhat recently when I was looking at her.
Melissa Jefferson, and she is, and I didn't know that. I just Googled it. Well, it sounded like I knew that. Melissa Jefferson, and she is credited as a writer on that. That's what I was just trying to see. Okay, you're up.
All right, 497, Harry Nilsson, Without You, 1971. Not familiar with
Same.
Harry Nilsson.
496.
I'm sorry for anybody.
Carly Simon, You're So Vain. Carly Simon, 1972. Only sole writer, Carly Simon. Nice job.
Nice. Love to see that.
Don't know that one, but 495 is a legend.
495, yep. Cyndi Lauper, Time After Time. So not Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I wonder if that'll show up later on the list. So 1983, she was a co-writer with Rob Hyman. So that's finally a first one that I can for sure tell you I know.
Yeah, same. 494, The Pixies, Where Is My Mind, 1988.
Damn, dude, just tits out on the album artwork. Interesting.
Yeah, true. I didn't even notice that.
The Pixies. What do I know the Pixies from? Specifically, what are
they've done some stuff for sure. And actually, that's a good point. Like you mentioned with Cyndi Lauper, we'll probably see multiple artists appear multiple times throughout this list. Yeah,
for sure. So 493, we got Kanye West, Stronger, 2007. Love this song. It's a remix of a Daft Punk song. If you remember that one.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, you're right. I don't think I ever put that together.
Only
but
make me stronger. Yep. So it's
I just remember the da 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 da.
Yeah. So all right, moving
492,
along.
Miles Davis. So what? 1959, the oldest one so far. Miles Davis, of course, jazz legend.
Yeah, true. 59. All right. 491, Bad Bunny. Tidi me pregunto. Bad Bunny, huge international artist right now. This came out in 2022.
And I have to wonder what Miles Davis would think about being just one-upped by someone named Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
I'm just like, God damn it. Okay, but then someone else one-upped him here. 490, Lil Nas X, Old Town Road. We all know this one. Come on.
Oh yeah, I've never heard the whole song. I've only heard parts of it from video clips.
Here's something you might not have known that I definitely didn't know. Two of the writers on it are Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor. And the two of them do, Trent Reznor, of course, from Nine Inch Nails, but the two of them together have done a bunch of movie scores.
Really?
Including The Social Network was one for sure. They've done a lot, but that was a really good one they had. Anyway, so that was a quick aside.
Yeah.
Wow, we got a lot. This is probably going to be a two-parter.
Right? 489, The Breeders, Cannonball, 1993.
Okay, you were born. Nice.
Yep.
488, The Weeknd, House of Balloons.
It's a good one.
I'm just being funny. The Weeknd, 2011.
That's a good one.
I know a lot of The Weeknd, but I do not know that one.
I think he'll be on here quite a few times. So 487, Solange? Is that how you would say that?
Solange?
Cranes
I'm
in the
going to go with
Sky.
Solange. Also, though, look at that last name, Solange Knowles. Is that Beyonce's? Oh, that's Beyonce's her sister.
Oh, okay.
You can actually see it in their face. They kind of look the same.
Yeah, they do, actually. Now that you mention it, you can tell they're related. Huh.
I just saw Knowles. I was like, wait a second.
Ooh.
Anyway, the song. Did you say the song?
Yeah, Cranes in the Sky.
2016.
Nice. Yeah, release. I'll have to listen to that one. I'm not sure that I've heard it.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. 486, Lil Wayne. A Milli?
A Milli.
Like a million?
Yep. A Milli. 2009. I'm excited. He's on my list of episodes I want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
I just I got into rap
there's
after his peak. So
oh yeah, true. The Key and Peele sketch on him is really funny, and then another artist we're going to cover at some point, Outkast. There's a Key and Peele sketch on them too. They're both so funny.
Key and Peele's great. So 485, Azalea Banks, 212, came out in 2011. I have not heard of her.
Have you heard this song? I've never heard. I don't know the song. I don't know the artist. I don't know anything about this.
Me neither.
Oh, but here we go. 484, Weezer, Buddy Holly.
Okay.
Didn't know that came out in 1994.
94. I am familiar.
So of course the main guy in Weezer's Rivers Cuomo, and he's the sole writer on this song. There was a funny meme I saw. You know how people will say like, "We sat down with Ashton to talk about blah." You know they kind of phrase stuff that way.
Yeah.
I saw a meme that said, "We sat down with Rivers Cuomo because every other seat was taken."
Yeah. I've read that one. You sent that one to me. That's hilarious.
My other favorite one is, "We sat down with the Trapped fan."
The Trapped fan.
just one fan.
One of them. The one. All right. 483.
This is a great one.
This is a great one. Classic song. The Four Tops. I Can't Help Myself. Sugar Pie Honey Bunch.
What a great song. 1965.
I used to sing that one in chorus in elementary school and middle school.
Oh, that's badass.
That was definitely one of the ones we sang. Yep.
I remember that. Our gym teacher in elementary school, you remember he used to play it all the time?
Yep. Oh,
that was Paul's dad. Paul's dad was our gym teacher.
Paul's dad was the gym teacher. It's
482, Lady Gaga, Bad Romance, 2009.
Okay.
And actually, it's worth noting here, I think, on some of these pop albums and pop songs. when the artist is credited as a writer, I do want to draw attention to that, and she is. Of course, Lady Gaga's real name is Stephanie Germanotta. She had an album. Me and my friend Daniel liked it a lot. It was before she was Lady Gaga. She put out an album of just her name. It was like her and piano just singing nice, soft, kind of Sarah Bareilles type stuff. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I didn't know
that. It's less of like a spectacle and more of just like good music, you know?
Yeah. I've always thought of her as a pretty good artist, but yeah, she did get...
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
She had her like... She was one of the ones that was the biggest female artist at one point in time. And then it was 100%. Like Katy Perry, and then now it's like Taylor Swift. And so like it cycles. So
yeah, for sure.
481. All right, so 481, Robert Johnson, Crossroad Blues, 1937. I believe that was the same. Is this now the new oldest one?
That's the new oldest one. And Robert Johnson, of course,
the new oldest
legendary blues man.
Yep. Not bad.
480, Biz Markie, Just a Friend, 1989.
I haven't heard it, but I'm a write this down over on the side. I love me some 90s rap. So, you know, anything new is great.
479 features more tits on the album cover.
Oh yeah, it does.
When was this a thing? Why?
Yeah. I thought Guns N' Roses got in trouble with it one time, and theirs was like animated tits.
Yeah.
So, and they were like, all right, that can't be on the album cover yet.
It was also
in 1970, we just have a completely nude woman on the front.
Yeah, true.
But the album, I mean, it is Santana. So 479 Santana. Oye, como va? 1970. I'm not sure if I've heard
what is that. What does that translate to? Does that translate to?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Look something here.
Look this way, maybe, or something like. Translation.
Literally translates to listen to how.
Wait, how is it going? Hey,
how's it going? It may also be as the greeting. Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Okay.
Cool. All right, 478. Juvenile feat Lil Wayne and Manny Fresh. Back that ass up.
Back that ass up.
1998.
Awesome. Wait, 98? Oh my gosh.
I can't believe a song called Back That Ass Up is in the 500 greatest songs of all time, but I didn't make the list, so
dude,
okay.
What was Lil Wayne, like 14 in this? Actually, like how old is he? Now I got to look it up because I actually think he was.
Oh, we're going down rabbit holes.
Dude, rabbit hole. I have to. I'm so sorry.
While you do that, I'm going to hit 477. The Go-Go's, Our Lips Are Sealed, 1981. You know that one?
He was 16. Sorry, in that.
That's young as
balls. You said the Go-Go's, Our Lips Are Sealed? Not familiar with that one.
You know that one?
Nope.
I know the Go-Go's, but I don't know that song.
Yeah, I know the Go-Go's. That song's not familiar. All right, 476. All right. Chris Christopherson.
Yep. Hey, if your last name's Christopherson, don't name your son Chris.
They obviously did that on purpose, right? If that's his, not a stage name. Sunday Morning Coming Down, 1970. Haven't heard that one.
475, you get Janet Jackson.
God, she looks so much like Michael.
I was just going to say that. After post Michael surgery, yes.
Yeah.
Pre-Michael surgery, not so much. But it seemed like he just showed a picture of his sister and was like, make me more like this.
Yeah, right? That is true.
474.
474. Curtis Mayfield, Move On Up. Not familiar. 1970. Is this? Yeah, because... Yeah, I'm not familiar with this song.
This next one's good. 473, Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man, 1968. I remember that song. Cannot remember where or why.
Maybe you heard it in the Country Music Hall of Fame. I don't know.
Certainly could be possible. Anyway, you're up. 472, one of your favorites.
Hey, Peter Gabriel. Salisbury Hill, 1977. I love Peter Gabriel.
You like that one? You know that one, I assume?
I have heard that song. Yep. Not my favorite Peter Gabriel song, but you know, so good.
471, The Animals, The House of the Rising Sun, 1964.
Great song.
So this is great song, and it's one of those songs that's a little annoying to me for no other reason than it's the one that like most people kind of cover. It's kind of like
it is a big cover
Hallelujah.
Song.
It's like that song. Yep. Like it's a good song, but like every girl on Instagram's like singing it with like their eyes closed, like all emotionally into the camera, and it's like, dude, this is annoying at this point. Like,
yeah,
it's the same with that. How many Instagram singers I scroll through? There is a house. Okay, all right. I got you.
Yeah, right. All right, 470. Gladys Knight and the Pips, Midnight Train to Georgia, 1973. I feel like I've heard a cover of this song. I don't know if I've heard the original.
He's on that midnight train to Georgia. Isn't that one?
I believe, yeah. I just don't know if
it's that one.
Maybe it was, yeah, maybe that's the only one I have heard.
Really good. 469, Dixie Chicks, Goodbye Earl. I know the Dixie Chicks. I probably know this song. And it came out in 2000. The Dixie Chicks would actually be a good one to do an episode on it one day.
Yeah, because I definitely don't know anything about them other than that they were huge stars for very small amount of time. You know what's funny? They had to change their name recently. I think they're just the Chicks now because of like slavery connotations. And Lady Antebellum had to do the same thing. So Lady Antebellum became Lady A. So I think they should have become the D Chicks. The D Chicks? I gotcha. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll have to. That's what it is that I was associating with the Dixie Chicks. I was like, I know something happened with them recently that their name like came across.
Well, and they have those killer 3-part harmonies throughout all their songs.
Yeah. So 468. Also, I think on the fly, this one's probably gonna have to be a 2-parter. So maybe we'll hit 250, but
that'd be good.
Or we could just start fast scrolling and only mentioning stuff that really stands out. But I like kind of getting everything.
It's nice giving a little bit of juice to it.
Yeah, so 468. Ooh, another one, the year I was born. Mazzy Star, Fade Into You, 1993. Not familiar with this one either. I guess I should just go back. It'd be really interesting to go back and listen to all the music that was like big the year I was born. Just especially as far as across all genres.
You can get like newspapers and things and stuff that are like the day you were born, like all the things that happen and stuff. That's just pretty cool. 467, Nirvana, Come As You Are, 1991.
Nice.
Of course, I know that one. I've had to teach that one a million times.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're going to be on here a couple times as well. 466, Luther Vandross, Never Too Much, 1981. Looks like some early R&B, maybe. I haven't heard it, but I bet it's really solid.
465 is Get Lucky, Daft Punk with Pharrell.
Ooh, great song.
Oh, Nile Rodgers is on that one. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Nile Rodgers king of funk guitar.
Yep. Yeah, great song. Love Daft Punk. They're top 5 for me. 464. What is it? Is this
Joni Mitchell?
It's Joni Mitchell. Help me. 1974.
Yeah, one of the great singer-songwriters I've always heard. Unfortunately, I'm not overly familiar with her work.
She is the sole writer of the song. So
she was part of the 27 Club, and she was around the time.
Oh, was she?
Hendrix was around. They were all kind of around the same time.
So she probably only has she probably doesn't have a whole lot of released material.
I'm pretty sure she wrote the song, You Pave Paradise and Put Up a Parking Lot.
Really?
But then that was covered by like whoever did it in like
Papa
the 90s,
Roach?
80s, 2000s, whatever it was. No, I don't think it was like a songwriter dude, I think, but
okay.
It sounds like a Jack Johnson kind of guy or something. I don't know.
The Mellow Man.
I'm pretty sure she wrote that song. I could be just having people screaming at their speakers right now. But anyway, 463, John Lee Hooker, Boom Boom, 1962.
I don't think I know this one.
I don't know that one either.
We'll have to dive into some of this that we don't know. 462, Van Morrison, Into the Mystic, 1970.
I do know that one. It's a cool one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what I recognize the name Van Morrison. I don't know if I recognize the song. I'm sure I've heard it.
You know Brown Eyed Girl, for sure.
Brown Eyed Girl. Oh, yep. Okay. That's who.
461, Roy Orbison, Crying, 1962. I bet we'll see Roy Orbison on here again with Pretty Woman coming down the street. Sure. That's his song.
Yeah, that'll definitely be higher up on the list. All right, 460, Steel Pulse, Ku Klux Klan, 1978. Nice. It is a British reggae band. Okay. I bet I want to say they did come up during the Bob Marley episode. During during the wave of reggae coming to Britain. So interesting.
459, Sade, No Ordinary Love. That's 1992, the year I was born. Nice.
There you go. You'll have to do your collection of music. 458. Shout out to my brother Beck. The song "Loser." He likes Beck a lot. 1993. Another for the year I was born. Man, he's been making music a while.
Yeah, that's true. 457, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, 1986. I got to say, this coming in at 457 is surprising. I thought this would be
a little
a bit higher. Also, did not know Desmond Child was a writer on that. He's one of those really famous songwriters.
That just shows up all over the place.
I think he's responsible for quite a bit of hits, so we might see his name again. Dude, and then the other two being John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora. So
look at all that 80s guitar player. Look at all the 80s hair on that album. Jesus.
Yeah, 86. It's kind of... It is worth saying Bon Jovi's music holds up pretty well. Like, it doesn't, you can play it on pretty much any modern playlist and it doesn't seem like overly dated.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's especially like Wanted Dead or Alive, like you could put that song is mixed in a way that just feels just right on any decade pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. 456, Lana Del Rey, A&W, 2023. Damn.
Really interesting seeing a 2023 on here.
Yeah, writing a song and instantly getting the top 500. That's interesting. That's crazy.
And I see Jack Antonoff. I wanted to see. I googled him real quick because I've seen his name a lot.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the Bleachers. Oh, he's the guy from Fun. That's right. I knew I recognized his name.
Oh, that's who that is? Okay.
And he's been a producer for artists Taylor Swift's 1975, Lordi, St. Vincent, Florence and the Machine, Lana Del Rey, Fifth Harmony. So he's like the chicks. Nice. He really he seems to have a lot going on for him.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's the guy from Fun, I believe. So that's, well, it says he's maybe the drummer for Fun.
Oh,
was the guitarist and drummer in Fun.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if he was a singer or what, but wow, what a knack for producing. 455, 455, Jefferson Airplane, White Rabbit, 1967. Of course, Jefferson Airplane's gone through quite a few name changes, famously. They're Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, and then now I think they're just Starship, right? Why would you do that? Just, even if you hate the name, like just, you did it. You have hits with that name. Just keep that going.
Yeah, that is, it's
you must really hate the name.
Yeah, right.
Because it is like the worst business decision you could ever make. So like,
yeah. Moving along, 454, Sister Nancy, Bam Bam, 1982. Not Very familiar at all.
Same. 453, Missy Elliott, The Rain.
Nice.
1997.
I like Missy Elliott. She's really good.
Isn't it always interesting on some of these pop songs? And I'm not familiar with this one, but I use it as an example, I guess. Some of the like simplest, like Nicki Minaj style pop and hip hop songs have like 15 writers on them. And you're like, dude, she just says the same word. Like,
right?
How many people did it take to pull this off?
I guess it's just a room full of people. And if everyone mentions one thing, then everyone wants the credit.
452 is a big surprise. 452
is a banger. Toto, Africa. Definitely would have expected it to be higher up on the list.
I would expect that top 100.
1982, right? That is
writers are David Page, who I believe is their keyboardist.
That's from
and
Toto
Jeff
4.
Porcaro, who's their drummer.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool. Well, he died.
What would have made it higher? Rosanna? Is that going to be higher on the list than Africa?
Hopefully, I like it a lot better.
Yeah,
Rosanna's good. There is a quote. There is a quote here from Jeff Porcaro saying, "We thought Africa was bold and it did pretty good, but lyrically, it didn't make a dime of sense." It's worth mentioning that a lot of famous, successful songs don't lyrically make any sense. A great example is "I Want It That Way" by the Backstreet Boys. Max Martin. Some people accredit it to Max Martin was a writer on it. I bet we'll see that song in this list. And Max Martin's Swedish and didn't really speak English that well. So they think that might have something to do with it, but it doesn't matter. It's a good song. We all sing it. We all know all the words.
All right. 451, Migos, featuring Lil Uzi Vert, Bad and Bougie, 2016. And then, like you said, it's got like 6 writers.
Nice. And I had to hit load more now.
Oh, me too.
450, Neil Young, Powderfinger, 1979.
Okay, Neil Young, his first. And he's the only writer as well. Okay. 449, Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper, 1976. I love this song.
Have you ever paid attention to the lyrics in this song?
Yeah, it's...
I I had to teach a vocal student this song, which is the first time I ever really noticed what he's saying and stuff. Dude, the second verse, he says the same line like 6 times. It's like, dude, what? Like,
oh, yeah.
How do you get away with this?
All repeated stuff.
40,000 men and women every day. Another 40,000. It's like, dude, what? Like,
it's just the music itself that I guess that really catches you with this one.
And I think,
like
right, I mean, we have to
sounding.
credit SNL for a little bit of it, right?
Yeah, for sure. With the, I had actually
More
heard,
cowbell
I had
comes
heard
from
that
that,
song.
you know?
Yeah, I had heard that song and fell in love with it completely separate of the SNL. But I don't know, when did that sketch come out? Because the song
Probably
came out
the
in
90s because it was
76.
Will Ferrell.
And a punchline in the 2000s, early 2000s. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sure it was a mega successful song before that, but it kind of helped bring it to a younger audience.
That always helps. Oh yeah, anything getting shown on SNL is like a dream come true for the creator, good or bad. It's just good publicity being on SNL.
448, Erykah Badu, Tyrone, 1997.
Where do I know that name from?
I'm not familiar.
Actually, hold on. That's why Erykah Badu, because I just finished doing the Outkast research. Erykah Badu is from the band or the group TLC, I believe, who did the songs "No Scrub" and
oh yeah, of course, yeah,
Waterfalls. Yeah, and so those two are linked because she's out of Atlanta as well. That's how I know that name. Okay. She came up during the Outkast research. All right, so moving on. 447, The Beatles, first Beatles song, Help. 1965. Yeah, they're going to be on here a lot. Let's be honest. People love the Beatles.
I think so as well. 446, an artist I've never personally understood. Bruce Springsteen, Rosalita, 1973.
Yep.
I've tried listening to Bruce Springsteen, and I guess it's not for me. I don't get it.
We don't understand the appeal. Moving along. 445, T-Rex, Cosmic Dancer, 1971.
Nice.
I haven't actually heard the song. But I've heard some T-Rex.
Cool band.
I'll have to get on that one.
Mark Bolan, the main guy there, and he's the sole songwriter on that song. 444, 50 Cent in the Club, 2003.
Nice. Okay. Some radio nostalgia from growing up. 443, Fall Out Boy, Sugar We're Going Down, 2005. Some more radio nostalgia from the early 2000s.
There you go. 442, Motorhead, Ace of Spades, 1980.
Solid. 441, Miranda Lambert, The House That Built Me, 2010. And
we were joking in band rehearsal the other day how an old drunk Southern man would say her name, Miranda Lambert.
Miranda Lambert. She is not actually credited as a writer for that song.
That is very, very common in country and pop. 440, Alicia Keys, If I Ain't Got You, 2003. That's a really cool tattoo.
She is the soul writer. Alicia Keys is good. One of the great singer piano players.
Just amazing for sure.
Yeah. 439, Celia Cruz, La Vida es una Carnaval, 1998. I am not familiar.
This next one hurts me. 438, Megan Thee Stallion feat Beyonce, Savage, 2020.
Have I heard this?
Okay, so I'm a savage, classic, bougie, rat. That one.
Nope.
And there's like 800 songwriters listed on it. It's like, guys.
Oh, wow.
Did you each write one word? Like, what's the deal here?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's 10.
9. Yep, there's 10. Man.
The song is essentially one chorus the whole time.
We'll move along.
Anyway.
437, Lucinda Williams, Passionate Kisses, 1988.
436, Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe, 2012.
Oh, wow.
And one of my favorite artists is a writer on that, Josh Ramsey. He's the leader of, Marianas Trench.
Oh, that's right. You've shown me them.
And he is an absolutely phenomenal musician.
I can't believe that one's on the top 500. I know it was a big song. I didn't know that. So I don't, like you said, I don't know.
It's a good song.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the the ramifications are as far as like commercial success, also like writing. So moving along, 435.
But,
we got
but real quick. Josh Ramsey, if you guys should check out Marianas Trench for sure.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
kind of like you could tell once you listen to enough Marianas Trench, you could tell he wrote "Call Me Maybe" like with the production and the style of it. But I would say Marianas Trench is essentially a modern Queen. That's what they sound like. And Josh Ramsey is probably one of the great singers of this generation. So it's definitely worth a check out of their album, the one that was inspired by the Goonies. I'll find the title while Ashton reads the next one.
Yep. 435 is Rush, Limelight, 1981. Great song. I like the three writers are just the three members of the band, so that's solid. Though I do remember, I think Neil Peart did a lot of the lyrics.
That's what I'd heard as well. That album, by the way, is called Astoria. And if you want to just listen to one song by Marianas Trench, listen to the song Astoria. 434, Ramones, Sheena is a Punk Rocker, 1977.
Nice. We remember, we always joke about this one. They have a
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, they have a live album, and if you just skip and listen to the first 3 seconds of every single song and go, they start every single song with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so you can just skip, and it's hilarious to listen to.
So funny.
But 433, Pet Shop Boys, West End Girls, 1984. Dude, is this
Not
like
familiar?
Me neither. Is this like unsuccessful Beastie Boys?
I don't know.
That's kind of what they look like based on the album artwork.
Beastie Boys 2. 432, Eddie Cochran's Summertime Blues, 1958.
Old stuff. Nice. Moving along. One of my favorite artists, 431. We got Prince, Adore, 1987.
87, big year for music.
Oh, yeah.
430, Pete Rock and CL Smooth. They Reminisce Over You, 1992.
Okay. 429, Queen and David Bowie, Under Pressure, 1981. That was a big hit.
Interesting.
Like that song.
428, Beyonce, Break My Soul from 2022.
I think this is
Relatively
Beyonce's
new.
first appearance on here, right?
I think so.
All right, moving along. 427, Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight, 1979. All right.
426, Nicki Minaj, Super Bass from 2010.
I actually like that
Again,
song.
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 writers on that.
I do like that song, though. I cannot lie.
Is that her real name? I'm looking it up.
Nicki Minaj? Probably not. I don't think it is. 425, Muddy Waters.
Oh, okay. So she is a writer on that because her real name is Onika Mirage.
Oh, Onika. Okay. Mirage.
Onika. I'm not sure the pronunciation.
Oh, that's
well,
her.
her birthday's the day before mine. That's funny. December 8th.
Oh, I like it that it's Minaj instead of Mirage.
That's cool.
It looks like she got it by rearranging some letters with her original name in a way. Anyways, 425, Muddy Waters, Manish Boy, 1955, another oldie.
Nice. 424, Blackstreet with Dr. Dre and Queen Pen, No Diggity, 1996. That's kind of a wedding staple.
Oh, true. Yep. 423, Fiona Apple, Criminal, 1996.
22, Craig Mack, featuring a lot of people, Notorious B.I.G., LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, Rampage, Flavor in Your Ear.
Jesus,
remix,
that had
94.
a lot of big people on it. 94? Okay, so this is before everybody was like, well, no, they were all kind of big around this time on their own. You always see it with like big groups of like rap artists early on, and then they like all break away and do solo stuff.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
But like it's interesting seeing their collages like early before they were big names. Anyways, moving along. 421, The Smiths, How Soon Is Now, 1984.
420, The Mamas and the Papas, California Dreamin', 1965. Great group there.
419, Mariah Carey, Fantasy, 1995. So her early stuff.
Very surprised to see the name Adrian Belew there. He's one of like the guitar greats.
Oh,
as like a shred guy.
Huh. We'll have to give
like
that song a listen.
Very famous, like Steve Vai type, like guitar player.
We'll have to set that one aside.
418, Booker T and the MGs, Green Onions, with perhaps the single worst album cover of all time.
Dude, that song slaps though. Everybody knows this one from Oh my God, Sandlot is that song.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. The intro song that you hear with it. Yeah. Or
There you go.
but yeah, if you were to go and listen to it, you would know the song. Anyways, moving along. Oh, dude, this song is great. And on one of our other lists,
Another 10 writers on this song, which I think is a little surprising.
417. I thought it would be right on line with, since it's a Mark Ronson song and not really Bruno, but Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk. So like you said, it had a ton of writers, and I figured because it was a Mark Ronson song, it would have a bunch.
And Peter Hernandez right there, that's actually Bruno Mars. So he's a writer on it.
So he was brought in as a writer as well. Yeah, that song is great. That one going to be on a list of another episode we'd like to do in the future of just like songs that just took over the world, basically.
We call them white girl anthems.
White girl anthems, but we'll save that for
416. 416, Pearl Jam Alive, 1991. Used to play this song in my old band all the time.
Interesting seeing grunge make the top 500. Not that you would exclude a genre, but
yeah, I don't think we're done seeing grunge. There's going to be some stuff near the top,
Nirvana, it makes sense to see Nirvana, and I guess Alice in Chains, I bet, will be on here actually as well. But
Pearl Jam's got a few as well.
Yeah. 415, Depeche Mode. Is that how you say that?
I think it's just Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode. Enjoy
I'm not
the silence.
super familiar with them, but I do know the name.
Okay. And then that was a 1990.
Nice. 414. We're almost in the 100 down here. WizKid featuring Tim's, Essence, 2021. It is interesting seeing newer stuff in here, huh?
Right. 413, Them. Is the name of the group, and the song Gloria, and that was 1965, the year my parents were born.
And the sole writer is Van Morrison.
Yep.
412, I'm going to say Nena, Cherry, Buffalo Stance, 1988.
Solid. 411 was Wilco, heavy metal drummer, 2002.
Jeff Tweedy, which you would know. Do you remember in Parks and Rec, Ashton, when they throw the Unity concert and they go get the guy at his house who broke up his band and he's trying to convince him to get the band back? That's Jeff Tweedy.
Okay.
And that whole thing was basically like spoofing like his band kind of.
Gotcha.
So that band, they get back together, like that's all about like Wilco and Jeff Tweedy and stuff. Good band. Wilco's a good band. 410, Allman Brothers Band, Whipping Post, great song, 1969. Only one writer, Greg Allman.
Oh, interesting.
Almond.
Just Almond. 409, Foo Fighters, Everlong, 1997. Damn, I didn't know the song came out that early.
Oh, dude, Foo Fighters came out in like 90.
So they really got together.
That's not right. I think it's like 95 or something.
They got together right after Nirvana.
No, they didn't. It's just Dave.
Just Dave?
Foo Fighters, their whole first album was Dave doing every instrument, every vocal, everything.
Oh, okay.
No band at all. The second album, he started bringing in a couple people. He brought in a drummer and then didn't like him and then just ended up doing all the drums himself. Like just funny stuff like that. We're going to do a Foo Fighters Nirvana episode at some point, so we'll talk about it. But 408, Cat Stevens, Yusuf, Father and Son, 1970.
I feel like I've heard this song.
Wow, this is
recent.
This might be. I might disagree with this one.
407. All right, guys. 407. Leonard Skinner, Freebird, 1973.
I was gonna say that one would be top 20.
Top 20. Yeah, people love this song. Like it is like how infamously at rock shows do you hear people yell Freebird? Like it's so famous.
I was gonna say like, yeah, it makes me wonder how we're actually quantifying the numbers here, which we'll never know because it's a bunch of people collaborated to make this list. But, I mean, if you're just talking about cultural impact, like the two biggest songs are Freebird and Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, like that's always been, with the jokes and everything about them, like they're just the biggest things ever. Anyway, 406, Run DMC, Sucker MCs, 1984. They're one of the earliest rap groups, right?
Yep. They were.
If not the earliest.
84. NWA started in the 80s also. So we'd have to go back and look. But yeah, definitely one of the earlier groups. 405.
Oh. This is someone we can add to our biopic list. Selena. Yeah, we watched it in Spanish class.
Amor Prohibido.
It's sad. She gets murdered by a fan.
Oh. I feel like if I were to watch it, I would remember.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you probably have seen it. So 1994, Selena.
1994.
Nice. She was like the Hispanic Taylor Swift.
Gotcha. And then
Very famous. Number 404, Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night, 1975. Again, I mean,
this
I'm very interested to 50. See. I'm wondering if the top 100 is going to be like real snobby, you know?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh no.
Where it's like you're kind of ignoring like the people's choice. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. But we'll see. We'll find out.
403.
Oh, this is a great one.
403, Rufus and Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan.
Ain't Nobody. 1983.
Ain't nobody love me better. It's in our wedding list. We just had to rehearse that one like last week.
That's right. I know that
makes me feel this way. 402.
Warner
All
Bros.
right,
record.
I'm gonna dive off the deep end with this one. Eslabon Armado and Peso Pluma. Ella Baila Sola. Not a Spanish speaker, personally. 2023. Wow.
Oh, so very recent, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I was going to say by the name, like 1911. Like
401, we have Fleetwood Mac's first appearance here. Go Your Own Way, 1977.
Star Wars year.
Love some Fleetwood Mac. Of course, just Rumors is such a good album. It's incredible. Outside of that, there's a couple good songs, but Rumors really is just like peak.
Yeah,
Fleetwood
for
Mac.
Sure. Number 400, Taylor Swift, Cruel Summer, 2019. And there it is again, Jack Antonoff as a writer on that one.
Yeah, he's been working with her for quite a few years now. They're pretty buddy. As far as he'll show up as a writer for probably her past 3 to 4 albums.
Mm-hmm.
So, 399, Sylvester, you make
I don't remember this song. I need to go back and listen to this song again.
Which song?
I know it, but
you make
Cruel Summer.
Oh, Cruel Summer. That's the one that I was telling you that got released in 2019, but wasn't but didn't hit the charts until 2023.
Says it's the opening song of her era shows in 2023. That's cool.
Yep. Which
that concert film is coming out soon, I think, on Disney, if not already. So I want to check that out.
I'm going to see it.
We are officially 100 down.
Yeah, we are. That's the top 400. How'd you feel
down.
about it?
We could probably. I feel pretty good. It looks like we're at about 42, 43 minutes now, so we could probably get through another 100, maybe 150.
That's what I was like. I think we could get to 250, and then we'll hit the top 250.
We'll do a part 2. Yeah,
we'll do.
I think it's worth. I don't want it to be just us reading a list. It's nice when we kind of throw some comments in there. That's kind of the point. So I like that.
Yeah. So we'll keep moving along here at 399. Sylvester, You Make Me Feel Mighty Real. 1978.
We talk about different lists. We have the list of we call the trifecta, where the album, song, and artist name all match up. We need to have a list of people that only go by one name. Sylvester, Beyonce, Prince.
The one name.
Beyonce's sister, I guess. Solange. It can't be Solange. That sounds crazy. Solange. 398, Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf, 1982. That's a good song.
Okay, that is a good song. 397, Public Enemy, Bring the Noise, 1987. Public Enemy, another really good inspirational rap group from the 80s.
Do you see the last name on there, Scott Ian?
Scott Ian, yeah. Rosenfeld. Why do I know that name?
He's the guitarist for Anthrax.
Oh. Interesting. It's so weird to see some of the collaborations, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I remember that. I remember learning that song early on, if it's the one I remember. 396, Elvis Costello, Allison, 1977.
And he is the sole writer.
Nice.
395, Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force, Planet Rock, 1982. Interesting. That's someone's name because he's listed as a writer. Africa Bambaataa.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We'll name him Africa. 394, Jeff Buckley, Grace. That's 1994.
94. Okay.
I felt like Jeff Buckley was older than that, but I don't know.
Oh, 393. We have James Brown, first entry on the list. Say It Loud. I'm Black and I'm Proud. 1968.
1968. I probably won't be saying that too loud personally.
Yeah, probably not
might
you.
Get into a little bit of trouble.
It's possible.
But,
it is weird. I'm very familiar with the song, that album. like James Brown. It's a weird one to sing along.
Great.
As a you can't really sing along, I guess.
He is not on our list, but I'm going to add him right now.
James Brown?
James Brown.
He's got to
be.
Interesting, dude. That's going to be a great episode.
392, Coldplay, Fix You, 2005. All of those the first three Coldplay albums are just masterpieces. But real quick, back to James Brown. There's a really funny interview that we'll have to find a clip of whenever we do his episode, where he's just like, he's clearly high as hell on coke.
Oh, dude, I've seen that interview. It's so
and
funny.
He's just like giving the interviewer shit.
Dude, that one is so funny.
I'm pretty sure he was like asking for her number and stuff, and she's like trying to ask questions.
Because they were specifically asking, there was like a dispute with him and his like ex-wife or girlfriend or whatever, and there was this thing, and they're like, and so they're like questioning about him. He's like, "No, I'm great. I'm good. How are you? Like, what you doing tonight?"
Yeah.
Like, dude, James Brown being James Brown, he's hilarious. But we'll get into that in the James Brown episode, because there's a lot to talk about with that guy.
391 might be our first just about to country entrance.
I was just about to say 391 is a trigger for you, but Eric Church,
but is
Springsteen,
this one of the
2011.
Is this one of the first country?
I'd say this is the first like modern country. I think we've had some older.
I think you're right there.
Country. This is the first like modern era country song.
There we go. 2011.
I won't lie. I like the song. 390. Whoa.
I don't know enough Eric Church songs, but I did find one I really liked. It's called "Drink in My Hand." Do you know that one?
Yes, I
think it's one of his bigger ones. Really, really good song. Really catchy.
I can't believe.
I'm all about the catchy.
Go ahead and hit us with this 390.
Metallica, Enter Sandman, 1991.
Man, that is another one of those songs. That song I actually would put on our list with "Don't Stop," or as a white girl anthem. For
I don't know if that's a white girl anthem. I will give you it's a white man anthem.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I was about to give the caveat that it's a white girl anthem for middle-aged white men.
Yes. with one arm tattoo.
Yep.
They are all about this song.
Also, they all perk up.
Yes. The calling of my people. I must return home at once.
So anyway, 389 Pretenders, Brass in Pocket, 1979. There's a
388 DMX, Party Up in Here, 1999.
Okay, there's a familiar with
Have I sent you the amazing DMX Reading Rainbow mashup video?
No, but that sounds incredible.
All right, I'm sending that to you right now because it's the funniest thing. You will laugh until you cry.
I'll watch it as soon as we're done. 387 New York Dolls, Personality Crisis, 1973.
Are you familiar with that? I know it's punk, but I'm not really familiar.
I'm not, but I know men dress as females on stage back then. They did a really good job of dressing as females, according to that album artwork. Goodness gracious.
There was a lot of people saying like, early Motley Crue albums and stuff where they'd look at it and be like, dude, that chick's hot.
Yeah, I just glanced up and thought it was females.
Find out it's like Vince Neil or something.
I literally looked up and thought it was an all-girl band, and then I and then I started reading below and saw all male names, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. 386, The Kinks, Lola, 1970. I think also The Kinks might be classified as kind of punkish.
Yeah, definitely in that era. 385, Diana Ross, I'm Coming Out, 1980. Great song. Nile Rodgers on the one of the writers.
Now Rodgers done a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
384, Cardi B, J Balvin, and Bad Bunny. I like it. Please, Ashton, count those writers for me.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 writers on this song.
Now, I don't know this song, but I gotta believe, it being Cardi B, that it's written, with a third grade vocabulary. I can't imagine it took 14 however many people.
The chorus is repeated at least 40 times, and there's 2 verses.
All right, hold on. We're going to take a break here. Cardi B, I like it. I'm going to read these lyrics to you that took so many people. How many was it? Did you say 14?
I thought I said 16, but I could be wrong.
Okay, there's actually a decent amount of lyrics in this. I stand corrected. A lot of them are in Spanish too.
That might be why.
Okay, but here's the first part. You ready? Yeah, baby, I like it like that. You got to believe me when I tell you I said I like it like that. You got to believe me when I tell you I said I like it like that.
That took at least four people.
That was 4 of the 14.
That was 4 of the just dedicated to that line.
383, Childish Gambino, Redbone.
I love this one.
2016. Do you see the writers on there?
I see it's Donald Glover, which is who Childish Gambino is, and then Ludwig Göransson.
Ludwig Göransson is a film composer. He did The Mandalorian, a bunch of Star Wars stuff, and he also did New Girl.
That would make sense that he's a writer in that. Donald Glover is actually he'd make a great episode. I don't know if he's old enough that he has any kind of biography, but he's done Childish Gambino. Donald Glover himself has his own acting career through that. I wonder if they got their connection of working on Star Wars. I'm curious if that happened.
That's true. That's very true.
He played Lando, right?
Yeah, that would have been after this.
That would have been after? Okay. So maybe he got the Star Wars gig from their connection. But he's really interesting. He also has a TV series. I can't remember what it's called, but it's about Atlanta, a rapper in Atlanta, and it's really, really good.
Nice.
But anyways, moving on. Sorry. 382, Fiona Apple again. We saw her once before. Paper Bag, 1999. So I guess this is our first repeat, right?
I think so. Yeah. I always know the name Fiona Apple, but I never really realized what time period she was in. But now it makes sense. 381, The Slits, Typical Girls, 1979. That's got to go up there with one of the worst band names.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, that only comes across as horrible.
Yep.
380, Fountains of Wayne, Radiation Vibe, 1996.
Adam Schlesinger. Why do I know that name? I know Elijah Schlesinger, the comedian. I wonder if they're related. Let's see.
This is one of the listed writers for the song. While he looks it up, I'll do 379, which is D'Angelo, Untitled, How Does It Feel? Came out in 2000. Only 2 writers listed as that for that one. Ooh. Another big song.
Going. I don't see anything here.
378.
No relation.
No relation. 378. The Killers, Mr. Brightside, 2003.
Now that is a white girl's anthem.
Yes, and it's
There you go. It says the first sentence: "A millennial don't stop believing."
A millennial don't stop believing. Yep.
That is the best way I've ever heard to say that. I read this. I saw this meme the other day that was like a joke between the Killers talking to their producer. It's like, all right, so the first verse, it's all about cheating. And then, okay, very cool. What's the second verse? Are you going to is it going to get resolved? Is something going to change? No, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're not going to change a word.
Solid.
Okay. Number 377, Olivia Rodrigo, Driver's License, 2021.
Never heard this, I don't think.
I have. It's I teach a bunch of
skippable.
Middle school, high school girls guitar and stuff, and this is like it for them.
Okay.
It's very sad girl.
Gotcha.
It does one of the things that really bugs me about some modern female vocals where they sing like as quiet as they possibly can.
Oh, the Billie Eilish thing.
That bugs me, and like men do it too now, and it just bugs me to no end. It's like, dude, project a little, please. Like, you're whispering in this damn microphone. It's driving me nuts.
All right, 376, Merle Haggard, Mama Tried, 1968. I actually know this song. I've heard it before.
Nice. My cat insists on patrolling back and forth across my desk. I'm working here, dude. Keep moving. Go. Good Lord. 375, The Drifters, Up on the Roof, 1964. Carole King's a writer on that. She's a famous, like James Taylor, Carole King. They're kind of in that same camp.
374, William Devon, Be Thankful for What You Got, 1974. Huh. Only writer listed was him.
I don't know that one.
Me neither.
373, Drake, Hotline Bling, 2015. I gotta believe Merle Haggard would be kind of pissed that Drake's got him. Hotline Bling's got him by 4 slots.
Yeah, right.
That got me on it. Anyway.
372, Bonnie Raitt, I Can't Make You Love Me, 1991. That looks like it'd be maybe it's not country. Looks like maybe it's
Bonnie Raitt's
just
like
a
singer-songwriter. I think I'd put her
piano
in.
player type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
371, Elton John, Benny and the Jets.
one of my favorite songs by his.
It's not one of my favorites by him. I mean, I do like it, but I'm a pretty big Elton John fan. I like a lot of his songs, but this one was never like up there for me. I guess I don't know. The kind of like stompy, slow rhythm kind of always irked me a little bit. I guess maybe that's why it stopped it from being one of my favorites. But
it was like my favorite as a kid, so it like just grew.
Yeah, I could see like, kids loving this song because it's kind of like,
yeah, it was
almost
like my
silly
first
with the falsetto and stuff.
Yep. 370, Buddy Holly, Peggy Sue, 1958.
So Weezer wrote Buddy Holly, Buddy Holly wrote Peggy Sue. What the hell Peggy Sue write?
Yeah. What did Peggy Sue write? Maybe we'll find it. We'll find it.
369, The Cars, Just What I Needed, 1978.
Classic band there. One writer associated.
Yeah, Rick Ocasek, their guitarist. And he died recently. Yeah, there you go, 2019.
368.
There we go. When you mentioned grunge, I was waiting for this one to pop up.
Oh yeah, Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun, 1994. How could I forget? Only writer being Chris Cornell, of course.
I will be very surprised if we see another Soundgarden song. This is kind of the one.
Yeah, this is the one.
367, Frank Ocean, Thinking About You, 2012.
Not familiar. Wait, I know Frank Ocean. I just don't think I know the song. 366, The Crystals, Dadu Ron Ron. Okay. That is the name of the song. 1963.
Do you see that writer, Phil Spector?
Yep.
Give him a Google. Look at his hair.
Phil Spector. We're currently looking at the whoa. Goodness gracious. He looks like
a murderer, because he was.
Yeah. Mick Jagger mixed with Mr. Bean. I don't.
Yeah, he was. I need to confirm, but he went to prison, I think, for the rest of his life.
Moving along, while you look that up, 365, Sex Pistols, God Save the Queen, 1977. So I've seen punk on here quite a few times.
There you go. 364, The Grateful Dead, Box of Rain,
Nice.
1970. Interesting. I wonder if that's a cover, because I don't see any names that I recognize from the Grateful Dead, but
Phil Lesh, yeah.
I guess those two. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one we'll have to get done. That's an episode on our list, everybody. It's just the book that I bought associated with the episode is like nearly 1,000 pages. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to need to do like on the side over the course of a couple of weeks. But moving along,
363 is callback to last week.
Yeah, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Could You Be Loved? 1980. Love that one.
362, more modern country again with Casey Musgraves, Merry Go Round, 2013. Shane McNally, I actually took a songwriting course with him.
I like there's a Casey song I like, Blowing Smoke, I think it is. One of our earlier ones. 361, Jimmy Cliff, The Harder They Come, 1972. Man.
360, Prince again. That's two for Prince, I believe. Little Red Corvette, 1982.
Yeah, good one. 359, Fugees, Killing Me Softly with His Song, 1996.
Wow. 358, Patti Smith, Because the Night, 1978. Writers Patti Smith and Bruce Springsteen.
Interesting. Okay. 357, Cheap Trick, Surrender, 1978.
Mama's all right, Daddy's all right.
They just seem a little. That was on Guitar Hero, the first Guitar Hero.
Yeah, you're right. 356, Thelma Houston, Don't Leave Me This Way, 1976.
A couple of writers on there. 355, Michael Jackson's first appearance, Rock With You. I guess he's too good for the back half of the top 500. But I guess he sneaks in there. This is actually one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs, believe it or not. Rock With You. I love that song.
I got to remember which one that is. I know all of them. I just don't remember some of the names.
Rock With You.
Oh, nice. Is that one?
Yep. Dance into sunlight. Yep, that's that song.
That's interesting. That came out in 79 because it has almost like a 90s vibe to it.
Yeah, it's got disco-y sound to it. So I feel like it makes sense.
Right
at least the music does.
I feel like the second wave of disco was like that 90s, that kind of like, that vibe of like, I can't even think of an artist off the top of my head. 354, Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, 1983.
This is a big song. Yeah. Sweet dreams are made of this. Which is such a weird lyric. Why not just make it these? God, why do we have to be difficult? Anyways, 353, Ice Cube, It Was a Good Day, 1992. So I believe this is after he broke away from NWA and was doing solo stuff.
Yeah. You know how he's known to be kind of like a serious, kind of angry-ish guy?
Yeah.
I was listening to someone, I think it was a comedian or something, said they were on an airplane and he was in the seat like behind them or something, and they said he was just laughing his ass off, like with headphones on, watching a laptop. Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, I gotta see what makes Ice Cube laugh. So he gets up and goes to the bathroom, kind of looks over his shoulder. He's watching Friday, his own movie.
Oh, that's funny.
That's so funny.
That's hilarious.
352, Jorge Ben. Oh, God. I guess that's Spanish again. Ponte de Lanca Africano. Umbarabararuma.
Oh, you killed that.
1976.
Yep.
Not familiar with it, obviously.
Yeah, me neither. 351. It looks like Brazilian pop. 351. John Prine. Angel from Montgomery. 1971. Is that? I don't even know what kind of music that is. Is that wondering if it's a country or more like is this another Paul Simon? I was trying to think of the name as far as a soft guitar and vocal, because I see a little acoustic guitar in the background of his album.
There you go.
Load more.
We're clicking load more. We're at 350. We got 100 left and we're done for today.
Yep. And
we're right at an hour. Nice job. The Zombies, Time of the Season, 1968. We might want to move a little bit quicker.
Right. 349, Roxy Music, Virginia Plain, 1972.
348, Elvis Presley's first appearance, Heartbreak Hotel, 1958. I am a little bit surprised to see his name on that writer list. Yeah. Because that, I feel like, was not as common back then to be your own writer.
Huh. We'll have to see, because I know he's going to have some songs pop up in the future as well. 347, right. BTS Dynamite 2020, so a recent song. I've seen that album artwork before in a store.
They're the K-pop band, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
346, Carole King, It's Too Late, 1971. She's a very famous singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm. I've seen her pop up a lot. 345, Black Sabbath, Iron Man, 1971. There's a big song.
There you go. 344, The Doobie Brothers, What a Fool Believes, 1979. I did not realize Kenny Loggins was the writer on that.
Yeah, Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald wrote it together, and it was so Michael and him would work on music a lot together on their own, but Kenny Loggins was the writer for this one. Dude, Kenny was awesome. Part of like every big song in the 80s. Him and Michael ran the 80s together. Anyways,
that's awesome.
343, Chuck Berry, Promised Land, 1964. Chuck's first entry on here.
342, The Monkees, I'm a Believer, 1966. Writer Neil Diamond.
Oh, we've seen him on the writer list a lot. Moving along. 341.
I don't know anything about the Monkees. Was Neil Diamond in the Monkees, or is he just writing the song?
I am not sure.
I guess he was in the Monkees. I'll look it up while you keep going.
341, The Clash. I love The Clash. White Man in Hammersmith Place, I think. Yeah. 1978. Mick Jones and Joe Strummer as the writers. 340, Prince showing up again with 1999 and coming out in 1982. Sorry, 1999 is the name of the song. He is the sole writer for that song.
Okay, he was not in the Monkees, but he did write a lot of their songs, actually.
All right. 339, take it away.
Black Sabbath, Paranoid, 1970.
Another big one. Ozzy.
Paranoid, by the way, the story behind that, I believe, was they needed to add one. Yeah, they're kind of telling it in this paragraph here, but they needed to add something to it, so they just quickly wrote it, and I think take two is what is actually on the album that we all know.
Whoa. That's crazy. 338, Cher, Believe, in 1998.
I love going, do you believe?
Oh,
337, Hall and Oates, She's Gone. 1973, Daryl Hall and John Oates. Fun. I had it on pretty good authority from an agent of mine that booked Hall and Oates before, that Daryl Hall is not the nicest person and John Oates is the nicest person.
Yep, that's what I've basically gathered, as well as John is he's the little guy.
The story
who plays
I
guitar.
heard, and this is just alleged, so Daryl, relax. But he, because I know he's a big listener to the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say he obviously listens.
They said he showed up, 15 minutes before showtime, so he bailed on sound check, didn't do the sound check, and then spent like the first half of the show like screaming at the monitor guy to like get his monitors right. It's like, bro, you could have just done sound check. Like,
true.
Anyway,
yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about Oates. As far as he just seems like that
can't exactly be
guy.
a douche if your name's
I was gonna
Oates.
say he just seems like that very quiet, soft-spoken guy who doesn't want to step on any toes or anything. That's just how he comes across. Yeah. But moving along, 336, Marshall Jefferson, Move Your Body, the house music anthem, 1986.
335, Grateful Dead, Ripple. There's Jerry Garcia's name.
Oh, there's Jerry. And Robert Hunter again, who is listed on the other one. 334, The Temptations, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, 1972.
333, Rihanna and Jay-Z, Umbrella, 2007.
That's a classic.
I don't know. Sean Carter's Jay-Z, right?
Yeah, I believe so. That sounds...
Do we know Rihanna's real name? Is it Rihanna? Let's find out.
I do not believe that's her real name.
Robin Fenty. Rihanna, I guess, is her middle name. So I guess she's not a writer on that. Okay. I'm pretty sure Sean Carter's Jay-Z, though, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Real quick confirmation, Sean Carter. Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
332, The Marvelettes, Please Mr. Postman, 1961.
331, Notorious B.I.G. Big Papa, 1994.
Good song.
Again, I feel like
a lot of writers.
I feel like maybe too many writers for that.
A lot of writers on this. Dude, Bad Bunny again with the lots.
I was going to say, if it's Bad Bunny, there's 80 writers minimum.
Bad Bunny at 330, Safara and 2020.
They're like, look, all right, I'm making too much money. We got to split this pie into at least 10 pieces.
Yeah, so there's another like 10 plus writers on this song. Ooh.
329, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge, 91. That's a great one.
Love that song. Love the Chili Peppers.
Is there going to be another Chili Pepper song higher than this? I feel like there's going to be a few.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a couple more.
That's one of their great ones, I would say.
Yeah, 328, Mary J. Blige, Real Love, 1992.
Nice. 327, Rilo Kelly, Portions for Foxes, 2004.
326, we got Iggy Pop, Lust for Life, 1977. David Bowie and
the
Iggy
writers
Pop.
are David Bowie.
Yep.
Nice. 325, our first Billy Joel entry, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, 77.
Nice. Yeah, he's going to have quite a few, I'm sure, in the
top. How New York is Billy Joel?
Oh, yeah.
Like there's no other artist that says New York is Billy Joel.
Nope. Not even close. 324, Everly Brothers, All I Have to Do Is Dream, 1958.
323, Neil Young, After the Gold Rush, 1970.
Soul Writer.
Ooh, I love this next one.
322, U2, I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, 1987. That is definitely one of their best.
I like a lot of U2 stuff. 321, Tupac, California Love.
Probably his biggest song. Featuring Dr. Dre. Nice. 320, Taylor Swift, Blank Space, 2014. So that is
nice.
Looks like it's before she started writing with what was his name?
Antonoff, Jack Antonoff.
Yeah, Antonoff. Yep.
I think for that album, whichever one that was, it was Max Martin did a lot of stuff for that one. 319, Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, 85.
Classic song. Love that one. 318, Big Mama Thornton, Hound Dog, 1953.
I don't know if she picked that name for herself, but I'd be pretty offended if she didn't.
Big Mama Thornton.
37. We're going to call you Big Mama Thornton, but my name's Jenny. 317, Bob Dylan, Visions of Johanna, 1966.
That's his first entry on here, isn't it? I believe that's the first Bob Dylan.
Yep.
316, The Shangri-Las, Leader of the Pack, 1964.
All right, 315, John Coltrane, Part 1, Acknowledgement, 1965.
Okay, 314, The Stooges, I Want to Be Your Dog, 1969.
Nice. 313, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, The Tears of a Clown, 1967, and Stevie Wonder credited on that as well. Smokey Robinson, I believe, definitely wrote a lot of music for the Temptations and Motown in general, if that's the name I'm remembering it.
Yeah,
he wrote like My Girl and stuff.
Yeah, I believe you're correct with that one. 312, Isaac Hayes, Walk On By, 1969.
311. Oh, this one, I expected to be much higher, potentially top 10. Although, we might be thinking about it as best rock songs, and it's the Eagles, Hotel California, 1976.
Yep, that one is going to be a classic for a long, long time. 310, The Doors, Light My Fire, 1967. I'm sure they'll have plenty of entries on here. Is that their first or their second entry on here?
That's their first, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
309, Bill Withers, Ain't No Sunshine.
Bill Withers has a ton of great hits. 308, Liz Phair, Divorce Song, 1993. More
307, Gnarls Barkley, Crazy.
Okay.
2006.
That one's good. You know that song, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. That one lyrics came out of conversation. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like,
because I've always thought it kind of had a CeeLo Green vibe to it.
Yeah, me too.
Like CeeLo Green would sing that,
And CeeLo comes up during the Outkast episode. He's another early Atlanta artist.
Very cool.
306, Aretha Franklin on here. Chains of Fools. So her first
Fools, that's
entry.
Another big wedding song, kind of 1967. 305, The Police, Every Breath You Take, 1983. That's a really cool album cover.
I didn't know that was a soul written by Sting. And yeah, that album cover's sick. I love the simplicity, but man, it's effective.
So for those just listening, it's just stripes of paint, and it's blue, yellow, and red, and it just looks cool.
Yep, just like a single stroke across. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. 304, Kraftwerk, Trans Europe Express, 1977. Some foreign music.
Yeah, German band,
group.
You can tell by that name.
Yeah, you can tell by their faces.
There you go. Popped up earlier in the episode. 303, TLC, No Scrubs, 1999.
Yep, big song. 302, one of my favorite rock band of all time. Actually, just my favorite band of all time. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, 1975. Written by David Gilmour and Roger Waters.
I felt like that would be higher too. 301, Bob Seger, Night Moves, 1976.
That is my favorite Bob Seger song.
That's a really good song. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So good. Load more.
Now 300 though.
Yep.
The B-52s, Rock Lobster, 1978.
What's that?
The B-52s, I feel like is one of those bands you either kind of love them or hate them.
Am I familiar with them?
Yeah, they do Love Shack and Rock Lobster.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Where it's kind of singing, and then that one guy just kind of talks silly.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's kind of that, all right.
I could listen to it if it's on.
I feel like it's almost like you have to like it kind of ironically,
Yeah. 299, Screamin' Jay Hawkins, I Put a Spell on You, 1956. This is the original version of this song. This song would go on to be covered by so many artists over the years.
I think you're right. 298, Bruce Springsteen, Jungle Land, 1975. Say what you will about Bruce Springsteen. All the ones we've seen so far on here is he's the sole writer on. So nice.
Yeah. Impressive. 297, Beach Boys, Wouldn't It Be Nice? There's a classic. 1966.
Wouldn't it be nice?
If we were older.
Love it. We just sang that so good that we're going to get copyright for that.
Yeah, you're right.
296, Bikini Kill, Rebel Girl.
Another 93, dude. I got to learn some 93 music because I don't know any of this.
You got some good ones.
Yeah. 295, The Who, Won't Get Fooled Again, 1971. There we go.
Yeah.
Soul written by Pete.
Yeah, and I see that a lot. We learned a few Who songs recently, and all of them at the bottom, the only writer listed was Pete Townsend. I was like, okay, that's cool.
I didn't know he was the primary songwriter.
Guess so. 294, The Velvet Underground, Sweet Jane, 1970.
Writer Lou
The writer's
Reed.
Lou Reed.
Nice. I've just started getting into his music. He's definitely one of those
Nice.
acquired tastes, one of those Bob Dylan sounding guys that's not a singer, more of a songwriter. So, 293, Alice Cooper, School's Out, 1972. Nice.
292,
How do you feel about Alice Cooper?
Twist. He's never been my favorite. I've never had, I learned a few of his riffs when I was coming up, you know?
Yep.
But because I felt like there were people around me that were like, you gotta learn now, it's Cooper riff, dude. And I just like kind of listened to it. I was like, this isn't really for me. Like, it's fine, but I think he's one of more of those visual guys like Kiss and Motley Crue and Wasp to a degree, where the music is not secondary, but it kind of is, you know,
to the show, the entertainment.
Yeah, which that's cool. Like, do that. I'm not knocking it at all. I'm just saying it's not. I've yet to hear a song by him that really blows me away. The one I do like is Poison. That's my favorite by him. 292, A Tribe Called Quest. Can I Kick It?
Dude, Lou Reed again.
Lou Reed, 1990.
Yeah. I mean, he does become a pretty famous songwriter for other people in his later career. 291, awesome. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight, 1981. So when did Genesis break up? I don't even know, because we haven't done that.
We got a full episode on that.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot to talk about, because we have to talk about Genesis, and then we also have to talk about Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel's solo careers afterwards.
So I think we're going to do an episode on Genesis and then branch them off into multiple episodes, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So 290, Usher with Lil Jon and Ludacris. Yeah. 2004. Of course, that came up when we did our Usher episode.
Yep. 289, Bruce Springsteen again, Atlantic City.
This is his fourth or fifth entry. It's got to be.
1982. Yeah, he has a ton of entries, and again, sole writer on the song.
And maybe you and I are dumb, because I don't think either of us.
Maybe we just need to actually research Bruce Springsteen and listen to his discography
at some point.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure I add that to the list while I talk about number 288. And that's the Funky 4+1. That's the Joint, 1980. You familiar with that one? I'm not. I
am not at all. I'm adding that one to my music to go listen to after this. 287, AC/DC. Is this their first entry? It is.
Yes, it is.
Shook Me All Night Long, 1980. On the Back in Black album. So I'm sure we'll see more entries by them as we get into the higher numbers.
There you go. Funny real quick story about AC/DC. After Bon Scott died, they were looking for their singer, and Brian Johnson had a interview or audition with them or whatever, and he showed up to the audition on time and no one was there, so he just kind of shot the shit with the guys that were there, like crew guys. They ended up playing pool for like 2 hours. Finally the Young brothers come down from upstairs. They're like, dude, where is this guy? They were both waiting on each other and they didn't know it.
That's hilarious.
And then they finally got together and I guess it worked out. 286, ABBA, Dancing Queen, 1976. I'm looking at all the names there, and that is very Scandinavian.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with ABBA, but I guess they're from that. Yeah, I guess they're from Sweden.
That would make sense.
Or around that area, at least.
Yep. 285, Destiny's Child, Say My Name. Man, see a young Beyonce there. 1999.
Yeah, almost don't even recognize her.
Yeah.
Wearing the cowboy hat even then, huh?
I know. Yeah, I guess that was just a thing.
She's from Texas. 284, Leonard Cohen, Suzanne, 1967.
283, Ray Charles making his entrance. Georgia on My Mind. It's a great song. There's a cover of it by Willie Nelson. It's really good.
Nice. 282, NXS, Never Tear Us Apart, 1988.
281, Clips, Grindin', 2002.
Look at that Pharrell Williams credit.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Early Pharrell. Okay.
He's on a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
280, we got another BTS, and it's called Spring Day 2017.
Pharrell is.
I gotta believe. It's funny. A lot of these writers are credited as their legal name, but not this group.
Yeah.
There's definitely someone called
Monster.
P-Dog.
Sugar.
279, Radiohead, Karma Police, 1997.
Real quick, I was going to say, Pharrell is the type of musician I want to be. I would aspire to be, where I don't have any solo albums, but I just show up on every hit of it. Like
he's more of a producer, I think.
Yeah, you just kind of hang out in studios instead of And yeah, I do think he does a lot more producer work, but he does a lot of vocals on people's stuff as well. But that's
true.
the kind of
he's a good
person.
singer.
He just hangs out in the booth, and like everything he does is just good. It just seems like he has a good opinion how to make your song better, or at least maybe more radio friendly, because he's big on the Billboard stuff. But moving along, 279.
8.
Okay. Toots and the My-Talls, Pressure Drops, 1973. Fruit. Remember the My-Talls?
They came up in the Bob Marley episode.
Yep, they're because they're a Jamaican group.
Nice. 277. Bo Diddley, 1955.
Was the album Bo Diddley?
Is,
I'm just kidding. I don't know what Bo Diddley is.
If it was, we got a trifecta.
It's a.
But Bo Diddley famously came up with the rhythm, the dun 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 dun. That's the Bo Diddley rhythm, which we've now obviously heard a trillion times. But he's credited with kind of creating that syncopated rhythm, which is just feels so good. It works in everything.
Yeah. 276. Buzzcocks. Ever fallen in love with somebody you shouldn't, or with someone you shouldn't have?
Shouldn't have. That's a weird one.
Yep. 1978.
1978.
Ooh, here's a good artist.
275. Randy Newman, Sail Away, 1972.
Love me some Randy Newman. 274. Al Green, Love and Happiness. Surprised the song's not higher on the list. 1972. Great classic song.
I feel like we'll see some more Al Green. 273. Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly with His Song, 1973. I feel like we said that already.
Me too.
Killing Me Softly with His Song. That came up.
That came up just recently. Like, I just read those words. So does that mean that people can have,
or the same song could be on here twice by different artists?
Or is it that can covers,
or maybe they just sound familiar, or maybe they're just coincidentally the same name, although that's a very specific name.
Right?
I'm going to keep going while you figure it out. 272, Thin Lizzy, The Boys Are Back in Town. 1976. That's a great one.
Yeah, I'm coming.
You found it?
Nope. I don't know where we just read that.
I feel like we did it. But
we did. I just don't know where it was. Thin Lizzy, Boys Are Back in Town. 271.
Yep, 271.
Harem? Procol Harum?
Procol Harum? I know the song. I don't know the artist.
A Whiter Shade of Pale, 1967.
Yeah, when I was first getting into Glenn Hughes, there's a famous video of him covering that where he sings, super high, and you and I were looking at that. 270, Nine Inch Nails, Closer, 1994. There's Trent Reznor again.
Yep, Trent showing up. 269, The Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody, 1965. And that has been covered by somebody. Unchained Melody has.
I think you're definitely right.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I've heard the original, but I've heard Unchained Melody as far as some kind of cover.
The Isley Brothers, or Isley, I guess Isley Brothers, Shout, Parts 1 and 2, 1959. Of course, the ultimate wedding song.
Right? Yep. That one's classic. 267, SZA, Kill Bill, 2022. Not familiar with this one.
Do you think it's pronounced SZA?
SZA, probably.
I don't know.
Just
I'm always confused by modern artist names half the time. 266, Augustus Pablo, King Tubby Meets the Rockers Uptown, 1974. It's quite the name there.
265, The Replacements, Left of the Dial, 1985.
Nice. 264, Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On, 1973. Great song.
Okay. 263, Dolly Parton, Coat of Many Colors, 1971. This is her first entry on here. And she is the co-writer or the only writer on her song, which we'll probably see her as a writer on some other stuff.
I was just thinking that too. 262, one of your favorites, Paul Simon, American Tune, 1973.
Dude, it's so hard for me to choose my favorite Paul Simon album because there's this one, which is one of my absolute favorites, but then Graceland is also. But yeah, Graceland and then There Goes Ryman Simon are like right there for my favorite two Paul Simon albums. So big fan of this song. But 261, Curtis Mayfield, Pusherman, 1972.
260, The Wailers, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Get Up, Stand Up, 1973.
So we got him showing up again. 259, Neil Young, Heart of Gold, 1972.
I think that's Neil Young's third.
Yep, and he is the sole writer again.
258, Gil Scott-Heron, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, 1971. That's a very modern-looking album cover for 1971.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same exact thing. 257.
That could easily have been like 2019.
Today, right?
Like,
257, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, Heat Wave, 1963.
now there's an old school album cover.
Yes, that is very old school.
256, Metallica, Master of Puppets, 1986.
Okay.
What do you feel about Master of Puppets scoring higher than Enter Sandman?
I'm fine with that. I've never been a big Enter Sandman fan, to be honest.
I haven't either, but if you're talking about the 500 greatest songs, I gotta believe Enter Sandman's higher than
just because of how much it gets played,
stuff,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it just comes back to the question of, well, how are we grading greatest song? Like, what does greatest mean? You know?
Yeah, I really like specifically with Metallica. They have. I was thinking about this the other day. How some artists have a lot of mid albums and they have one really successful album and like nothing can match. And then there's other bands that don't necessarily have one that stands out from the rest, but all their albums are good. Metallica kind of has a lot of those kind of albums that like I love among their fans, that like there's not like a universal agreed upon like this is the best album followed by this. It's like everyone has a list in different orders with Metallica for their favorite albums and favorite songs. It's so diverse.
I think everyone pretty much agrees Saint Anger's not that good.
Everyone does agree when it comes to hating the worst stuff, but as far as like what they like,
that's true.
That's where the difference.
For me with Metallica, it's the Black Album. It's always been the Black Album is my number one,
Gotcha.
top to bottom. Obviously not just Enter Sandman, top to bottom. Enter Sandman's not one of my favorites at all.
I like Injustice for All for some reason. That's my favorite.
Nice early stuff.
But anyways,
255, Loretta Lynn, Coal Miner's Daughter, 1970.
Huge name in country music.
We only have a few left.
Yep. A few left. And then I'm excited for the next episode to see
the top
no
250.
Peeking. I'm not peeking. 254, we
no
got the
peeking,
Supremes.
and if you're listening and following along, also don't peek.
Don't go look ahead. Anyways, the Supremes, Stop in the Name of Love. I love that song.
Nice.
Before you break my... That's
You're
65.
Sit here and get this episode pulled down.
I know. That dude, 1965. Same year my parents were born. I didn't know that song came out then.
Awesome. 253, Willie Nelson, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, 1975. Written by Fred Rose. So,
okay.
I guess either a cover or written for him.
Yep. 252, Parliament, Flashlight, 1977. That's a big song.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the personnel writing it. George Clinton and Bootsy Collins, obviously two very flamboyant characters.
Oh, for sure.
And we end today.
Dude, right on a load more. How perfect is that?
I know. With 251, Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. Another great
disco classic.
Wedding song.
Well.
Yeah, 1978. Yeah. All right, so we are not going to click load more, and we are going to pick up next time, and we're going to do 250 to number one.
So how do you feel about the back half so far?
I feel like there were some surprises in there.
Yep, I feel like there were a couple surprises that I just thought they would be on the other half of the list. But overall, I'd agree with a good bit of these. I'm really excited about the top 250 now. Like, I think it's going to start being where it's going to be less and less of us like, I don't really know that song or that band, to like, I'm sure every single one is going to start to become recognizable.
So I think you're right. I think there'll still be some surprises. I'm really interested to see. Do we want to go ahead and take our bets on what the number one song of all time is? I'm going to say it's Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, and I'm not saying that because it's my personal opinion. I feel like that's what's going to be listed. I've definitely seen it on some lists as number one. It's always in the top 10 or so. But I'm going to say that's my guess for number one. What about you?
Dude, you know how upset I'd be if it was like Don't Stop Believing?
That's going to be up there.
It's going to be
maybe
up there.
In the top 50. I don't think it's going to be in the top.
I do really think it's either going to be Stairway to Heaven, Bohemian Rhapsody, or it'll be like a Beatles song that for some reason is not jumping out to me. But I guess I'll just
the Beatles have so many, let it be. Like there's.
I'll just go with Stairway to Heaven to oppose you on that. But
Okay.
Maybe we're both wrong. Probably, actually.
I'm sure. I'm sure we're both wrong.
I want to see, more specifically, I want to see if Money by Pink Floyd shows up in the top 10 or really high up. I don't know if it will, but I just am
That's,
it's like a personal one that I'm looking for. I think Money will be up there, but
interesting. Yeah, it'll be really cool to see. I'm super excited to get to it. But you guys listening along, thank you so much. We're going to catch you next time for part 2. It might be next week. It might be the next week after. We have obviously a lot of really cool topics coming up that we want to get to. So we will see how it goes.
Yeah. So in the meantime, don't forget to check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Give us a subscribe, like, follow. And we are also on every single platform that I can think of as far as our podcast, but we prefer to get those likes and ratings on sure. Apple and Spotify. Those are the biggest two, if I believe, and those will help us grow our podcast the most. And we also launched a Patreon. We have a $5 tier that'll get you access to our private Discord, as well as a shout out on our episodes. And you can also vote and talk to us about upcoming topics. So check us out there. But that'll do it for today. And then next time we'll be hitting the top 250 songs on the Rolling Stone.
Can't wait. Super stoked.
That'll be it for us today. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Awesome.
I'm Ashton.
Cool. I'm Dallas. We'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.